Yo, what is going on, guys? It is D3 and I am back with another video for you guys, and today I will be discussing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and whether or not it should be new current gen exclusive. I was gonna say new gen, next gen, whatever. It's not considered that anymore. That's old terminology, current gen. And before we get started, let me first start off by saying, hey, I understand if you guys have a struggle, like, you know, you're younger, there's a struggle for you guys to get the up-to-date consoles and stuff like that. I understand that, but I wanted to kind of give you guys my perspective on it, and I'm not trying to leave you guys out or dead to dry or anything like that. Honestly, the first thing I wanted to bring up was the incompatibility. What I mean by that is, if the game is released on these 4 consoles plus PC, Xbox 3, this whole video I'm gonna be talking about just exclusively Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS3, and PS4, and PCs, if you want to include that in. But it's mainly gonna be about, you know, the consoles, of course. So, for instance, if the game is forced to be, what's the word, tuned down, you know, where they're leaving out features, they're turning down resolution and things like that, just to make it compatible with the previous consoles, that's a problem. And what I mean by that is that's a problem because it holds back the full potential of the overall game. The overall product could be so much better if they don't have to accommodate for older consoles that are coming on 10 years old. Think about that for a second. 10 years. You guys know how much, you know, being millennials like I am, you guys know how much technology changes and how rapid technology is changing. So just think about it. Think about breaking out your old computer from 10 years ago. And if you're a PC gamer, you guys can relate to this. And, you know, hooking up your old Windows freaking XP and trying to compare it to your new Windows 10 laptop, and it's like, there's no comparison. So, I mean, as far as graphics go, they had to tune them down a lot to where, you know, it's not too much for the previous consoles to handle. That's why they don't look a whole lot different. But you can tell that the older consoles struggle, because if you go back and you play the older console games versus the newer console games, the fluidity isn't there. It's not as smooth. It's just simply not. I know that every time you play on Namek, the frames drop so much that it's unbearable on the older consoles. You really just can't play. And it's not like that on every stage, on every mission, every parallel quest. It's exclusive pretty much to Namek, but it's like, damn, that shouldn't be a thing. That shouldn't be a thing. Like, they're aware of it. I'm sure Bandai is aware of it, but there's nothing they can really do about it because the game just simply is pushing too much for the freaking consoles to handle. And PS4 did not have that ability, did not have that problem, and it seems like they're holding back the current gen consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, to accommodate for the lack of hardware that the older consoles did not have. So I do understand that, and if you also have, you also have to take into consideration the fact that by the time that these games do get released, Xenoverse 2 and whatnot, or whatever it's called, if it's not called Xenoverse 2, it'll probably be another year and a half, you know, minimum. So that's plenty of time to, you know, get a job or whatever, you know, whatever the case is, save some money. You may not be able to get some games if you want, and stuff like that. But that's a lot of time if you're a younger person to get some money accumulated. Maybe it can be, you know, if you get your grades up. You know, I'm not a kid anymore, but I remember those days, you know, the grades, you know, they'll get you what you want. So, you know, Christmas is not that far away. So maybe you can get it as a gift. That's best case scenario as well. So, I mean, aside from that, this is the main thing that, you know, that's the main reason why it should not be released on there. They would also have more just potential. Like I was saying, the overall game has more potential. They have more room to throw characters in there. Maybe there's some characters that they wanted to do, but just didn't blend well with the Xenoverse geometry. Like, geometry is not the right word, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Just like the overall build / make of the game. Maybe there's some characters they wanted to throw in there. Maybe they wanted to freaking throw in like Harudegarn and shit, but it didn't work out the right way. I mean, I don't know how it wouldn't work, but the giant apes work. But you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe there's some stuff like that, so maybe we can see more characters. Also, people are just mad about the destruction in the game and how it disappears. You know, the destruction could potentially stay there because they don't have to worry about it freaking buffering in the background and rendering at these incredibly high numbers to where it causes the whole entire game to break on these older consoles. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's so much stuff that they can do with it. And, you know, we could probably get better quality out of it because you guys know that the current gen consoles, they have incredible graphics, and they're honestly, the graphics that they display are tuned down. They could push more than they actually do. So yeah, I mean, just honestly, that's just my thoughts on it. I don't think that it should be something that comes out on the older consoles, and I'd appreciate it if you guys didn't leave me dislikes, if you guys just simply don't agree with me, because it's kind of hard not to agree simply because you have an older console. I'm on both gens, so I know what you're talking about, and like I said, I was in those shoes before. I can definitely empathize with you guys. I was there at some point, and I know it's tough. But I mean, the reality is that having the game on the older consoles, I mean, it's just not the best thing for the game, because then it's ruining for everybody else because they can't experience the full potential of the game, and then that ruins sales for Bandai and all these other things. It's just a whole trickle-down effect, and I'd appreciate it if we could look at it in that manner. So please be sure to subscribe if you are new. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how you guys think / feel about the game being released on an older console. Yeah, but that's it for me, guys. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.